What's up, tubers? It's me again. I say that every time like you don't know. I'm doing this a little bit late. That's why it looks a little bit dark in here because the lights in here is not that good. I got a new phone. I started to do it on my phone, but I can't get the picture quality to look all right. So this is kind of a rushed video. I went out to get something to eat yesterday, and y'all going to have to excuse the wet look. I just got out of the shower. I want to do this first. Check out the shirt. I got this because I'm a recurring donor to the ASPCA. That's the reason why I had to take another shower when I got home, is because I've been out chasing a kitten out of somebody's car and it ran out in the road and I had to run it down. But yeah, do donate ASPCA, please. It's important. I know a lot of you donate to children's hospitals and stuff, which is an awesome cause as well. But I just don't think that the ASPCA gets enough donors. I don't think they get enough donations to do what they need to do to keep rescuing these animals. People are abusing and kicking around and mistreating and whatnot. But anyway, that's not why I'm going to do the video. I just wanted to give a shout out there. The reason why I'm doing this video is because I went out to get something to eat yesterday. DQ. I kept my receipt because I'm going to show y'all this. And I'm going to make a point. So bear with me. I know I ramble sometimes. Just bear with me, okay? Don't drift off on me because I can snap back like that and say something important and you'll miss it if you drift off on me. Don't drift off on me. Stay with me, okay? This is important. First of all, this was my dinner that I bought yesterday. Let me see. Let's see if you all can see this. I don't know if you can or not. Let me see. But yeah, it's just a regular receipt. I bought dinner to eat, and look at the price. Well, if I can get it, let's see. Oh, my finger's covering it up. The price. For those of you that can't read it backwards, that says $15.01. $15 now that I spent on dinner just for me. If you're not getting where I'm going with this, there's something wrong with this picture. The DQ in Martin, Kentucky charged me $15 for dinner just for me. You don't see a problem with that. And no, it's not price gouging. No, it's not rigging. No, they didn't make a mistake. I've looked at the receipt 3 times. It's real. It's right. $15 for one dinner for one person. My problem with that is I make minimum wage. That is 2 hours of my pay spent on dinner. One dinner. 2 hours of my pay spent on one dinner. I have a problem with that. My problem with that is that you have, this is going to be another political video, just warning you up front. Spoiler alert. My problem with that is that you have a senator from the state of Kentucky. He is the Senate Majority Leader, which means he has a lot of control over what bills get nominated, what bills get voted on, what bills get wrote. He has the power to oversee all of that. And he flat refuses to give me a raise in minimum wage so that I can make more money. This bastard makes $173,000 a year. I make 24. And he's going to tell me I don't deserve a raise in minimum wage when I'm spending 2 hours of my pay on dinner. I have a problem with that. You should have a problem with that. This senator, in case you haven't got it yet, is Mitch McConnell. The slimiest of the slimy. he is. I have a problem with that. You should have a problem with that. Because a lot of you that are watching this work for minimum wage like I do. You should have a problem with that. Now, to get to what's going on in some of your heads, because I know I've said this, I've had this same argument before, and I've heard the responses from it. One of the responses that I get when I bring this up is, can't raise minimum wage because then the prices will go up. What do you think that is? Was I spending $15 for one meal at Dairy Queen 10 years ago? No, I didn't. It might have been $6. Double. I can look it up. I don't need to look it up. You can look it up. And you'll see what the price was 10 years ago. For the same thing 10 years ago, it would have been half the price. If you don't believe me, look it up. Do your homework. I encourage you. Do your homework. Fact check me. Do your homework. But Mitch McConnell says, I don't deserve a raise and you don't deserve a raise. I have a problem with that. I have a big fucking problem with that. Because that son of a bitch gets free medical care. He gets half of the year in vacation days. And he makes $173,000 salary every year. And that's not including the perks. That's not including all of the donations that he's getting from his rich buddies to do their bidding. That $173,000 is just him. And he's worth $22 million. You know what I'm worth? I'm worth what I have in my bank account, and that is $175 right now. I have a fucking problem with that. Why? Because I work 64 hours a week. And I'm planning on switching careers, so I'll be working more than that. Probably won't be making that much more money. But that's not the point. The point is that I'm not going to be making any money. Because you got people like Mitch McConnell that tells me I don't deserve a raise. Get back to my response point here that I was making. The responses that I'm getting when I mention this and when I bring it up is that you can't raise the minimum wage because then the prices of everything go up. Like I said, 10 years ago, this would have been half the price. And that's not just on Dairy Queen. That's everything. That's groceries. That's rent. That's utilities. That's personal items at whatever store you shop at. That's clothes. That's gas. That's insurance. That's everything. It's going up anyway. Why? Because they can. They can raise the price because they can. Nobody's there to stop them. It's called inflation. That's what happens when the prices of everything goes up. It's called inflation. Minimum wage is not tied to inflation in that way. I've done a video about this already once before. If y'all watched it, you know what I'm going to say. Minimum wage is not tied to inflation like that. Minimum wage is supposed to be raised when inflation goes up, but that's not happening because of a greedy, corrupt representative. My representative, yours is greedy and corrupt too, but they're not wanting to raise the minimum wage because the corporations are paying them money not to. So you suffer what time these billionaire CEOs are just raking it in, millions on top of millions, and they don't want to pay anymore, so they grease the palms of slimy pieces of shit like Mitch McConnell to say don't raise the minimum wage because we don't want to pay our workers anymore, and then the workers are working for practically nothing. And then on top of that, during all of this pandemic bullshit, when so many people lost their job because of it and they went on unemployment, you had people like Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell that had the fucking nerve to get on TV and say, well, Bernie Sanders wanted them, and yes, it was Bernie Sanders, not Donald Trump, just to clarify, okay? That was Bernie Sanders' idea to add on an extra $600 a week to the unemployment because people couldn't pay their fucking bills on what they were getting. That's why he did it. But you got people like Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell that are getting on the Senate floor and on TV and saying, We don't want people to stay home and draw unemployment because they can make more drawing unemployment at home and not working. Whose fault is that? That's not our fault. That's their fault. Because they are worried more about their super rich donors than what they are the people that are working. They don't give a fuck about the people that are working. You need to know that. You need to understand that. You got poor people that are living in mobile homes that are voting for Donald Trump. What the hell makes you think Donald Trump gives a flying shit about you? He don't. God, get that through your head. Stop being so damn stupid, man. It's ridiculous. I don't know who that is on my phone. It's friend request. Okay, that's my point about the minimum wage. Congress is supposed to vote every so often to raise the minimum wage to meet inflation. They're not doing it. They're not doing it because they're corrupt. They're corrupt because they're collecting money in the form of campaign contributions from rich CEOs and Wall Street people to keep the minimum wage low so they don't have to pay anymore. It's just pure greed. It's greed and corruption, plain and simple. If you don't believe me and you want to claim like some people I've argued with on Facebook, well, you need to stop watching CNN. You need to stop being a dumbass. I don't watch CNN because I don't trust CNN either. I don't trust any of them. I get my news from independent media. That way I know it's factually correct. I don't worry about CNN. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch MSNBC. I don't watch CBS. And I damn sure don't watch Fox News because I don't fucking trust any of them. Y'all think everything is about a Democrat and a Republican, and it's not. Some things are about what's right and what's wrong. Fuck the Democrats and Republicans. Plain and simple. You want this to get worse? I don't. And don't even come at me with, well, why are you eating at a Dairy Queen? Why don't you cook? You know what? It's going to be the same type of thing in the grocery store if I go get my groceries and cook at home. It's going to be the same price in the grocery store. But I shouldn't have to do that just because I'm part of the working poor. See, y'all think that the working poor spends money on stuff that they don't need to. It's frivolous and extravagant, but when rich people do it, it's not. Spare me. Spare me your double fucking standard. I work for what I get. I work to make my money. And if I want to go eat out at a restaurant, then I should be able to without being robbed. Because rich people don't seem to have enough. I don't know when y'all are going to get this through your fucking head. We're getting screwed every day, every minute of every day, and you keep running out and voting for the very people that are screwing us over. Why are you doing it? Stop it. Stop it. It's time for y'all to get your head out of your ass. Quit voting for people that are screwing you. Plain and simple.